Hi, it's Steve. Today we'd like to show you how to change the hot water valve on your front load washer. It's a really easy job. Let me show you how we do it. Now to do this repair, we will need to disconnect power to the washer, so we'll need to pull it far enough forward that we can unplug it. We're also going to need to disconnect the inlet fill hose to the hot water valve. Now that we have access to the back of the washer, our next step is to remove the main top. It's held in place with two screws that are located under the back edge of it. Now with both screws removed, you next pull that top just back slightly, and then we can lift it off and set it aside. Now our next step will be to remove the two retaining screws that hold the bracket for that water valve to the back of the cabinet. Again, we'll use a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Now with the retaining screws removed, we can next slide that valve away from the back of the cabinet. Just pull it through to the inside. We can pivot that around, and next we'll remove the wire harness connector to the coil on that valve. So grasp the harness connector and the valve, pull it away. Then next we need to remove the outlet tube. It's held in place with a spring clamp. So using a pair of slip joint pliers, we're simply going to squeeze that clamp together, just slide it up the hose. And then while grasping that outlet tube, take your other hand and put it on the valve, just twist it enough to break that bond, and then pull the hose completely off of that valve. Now there may be some water in that hose, so I have something there to collect that. We can then discard the old valve. We'll take our new one. First step will be to install that outlet tube. And just make sure that we have it orientated so that it won't be twisted when we install the valve in the back. Next, we'll slide that clamp in place. Just fit it through that opening. We'll reconnect the wire harness connector. Make sure it's pressed on firmly. And then we'll install the two retaining screws. So just line the screw holes up with the openings in the back of the cabinet. And we'll install both screws before we tighten them. You'll also take note that there is a removable filter on the inlet of that valve that by using a pair of pliers you can pull straight out to clean that whenever it's required. Always remember to put it back in place, and it should have the dome side facing out. Now we're ready to put the main top on. Now when installing the main top, you'll note that there are two keyhole slots in each front corner. They need to line up with these shoulder screws on the top of the cabinet. So we'll lay that main top on top of those two shoulder screws, just about a ½ inch back from the front of the washer. And press it forward, make sure it's engaged on both sides, and then we can put the two retaining screws in on the back. We're now ready to put the washer back into place and reconnect our fill hoses. We're now ready to reconnect the power, and our repair is complete.